In this section, we're going to talk about aqueous solutions that conduct electricity. In order to conduct electricity, my solute that I add to water must have ions involved with it. And those are called electrolytes. And we'll discuss those in this section of Chapter 11. If my solute does not form ions, we tend to call that solute a non-electrolyte. So that's a substance that when dissolved in water, it gives a solution that does not conduct electricity. So when non-electrolytes are dissolved in solution, they do not dissociate into ions, but they literally just break up into molecules. For example, things like sugar. Sugar would just break up into individual molecules. It would be solvated by water, but I do not have any ions, so I do not conduct electricity. In other words, my solute molecules are neutral and they do not contain mobile charge particles, so they cannot conduct electricity. So if I have a circuit again, and in this case, I hook up a battery to the black wire and the red wire, my light bulb actually does not light up because I do not complete the circuit between the two electrodes here. My negative electrode and my positive electrode, I don't have any charge carriers here, so my circuit is not completed. Other examples of molecular compounds that are non-electrolytes would be water itself. Water is not an ionic compound. It does not conduct electricity. Methanol, ethanol, tetrachloromethane, those are all considered molecular compounds. Now, you might have noticed that people talk about water being an electrical conductor. That's because a lot of water contains ions. When you take tap water out of the faucet, there are a lot of dissolved ions in it, sodium and chlorine, all types of elements. It's those electrolytes that are conducting the electricity, not the water. Water is our solvent in that case. Some electrolytes are better at actually forming a circuit than the others. So we often associate a strength of an electrolyte to its ability to actually form ionic compounds, ionic species. So for example, if I were to take a sucrose solution, that is actually an extremely poor electrolyte. In fact, we call that a non-electrolyte, so it does not conduct electricity. If we look at acetic acid, that's a weak acid. It has some ionic character to it, so it actually conducts a little bit of electricity. Then when I get to sodium chloride, it's a better electrolyte, so I have fairly good electrical conduction through my solution. But if I put in a very strong acid, it's the best electrolyte, and I get good conductivity through my solution because I have multiple ions now. I have my hydronium ion and I have my chloride ion to actually conduct electricity. Let's look at the chemical and physical characteristics of an electrolyte, which we would consider to be a strong electrolyte. Strong electrolytes, they typically completely dissociate into ions. In other words, they produce 100% ions, and they conduct electricity. So for example, sodium chloride, calcium bromide, and hydrochloric acid, they completely dissociate in aqueous water. They form 100% ions, so those are considered strong electrolytes. If we look at solutes that actually are weak electrolytes, which means they mostly dissolve in water, but they produce just a few ions. For example, if I take acetic acid, common ingredient in vinegar, and I put that in water, some of the molecules dissociate into ions, and that conducts electricity, but this is an equilibrium reaction in this case, so I still have this neutral non-ionic compound in water, so we consider this a weak electrolyte. The same is true for hydrofluoric acid, that's not a strong acid, or if I look at ammonia, that is actually a weak base. So some of those compounds dissociate into ions, so I get some conductivity across the solution, but it's very minimal. And finally, non-electrolytes. Things that dissolve in water but that do not produce ions, and therefore they do not conduct electricity or form a current. An example of that would be something like sugar water. I take sugar, sucrose, I put it in water, it dissolves completely, but no ions are formed. Sucrose is considered a non-electrolyte.